Hey everybody, Bob Marson coming to you from Eastlake on the east side of Birmingham, Alabama for another episode of A Song for Sunday. Well, got to give you all the warning on the front end. It's another vulnerability video, so if that makes you uncomfortable, go ahead and slide on by. And like I said last time, I did a vulnerability one. Most of you only watch for 7 seconds on average, so I guess most everybody's gone. So those of you who decided to stay, thanks so much. I think we'll really have something to learn and something to share and something to talk about after this one. So this week I've picked a video that centers around faith, and I believe there is an implication in the. I think the writer did intend it to mean a religious faith, but I'd like to extrapolate that out and discuss kind of faith in general, whether a person might believe in a personal God or not, or maybe even the existence of any kind of higher power or not. In the end, hope and faith are things that I think we all experience regardless of our relationship to any sort of spirituality or religion. So the reason I picked it for myself is that this song somehow, man, the melody and the chords and the words, of course, as well, speak to me on a transcendent level of believing in ourselves and believing in, that what happens is what must happen, and that what we want in our lives will come to us in time. So there you go. And obviously that relates to, the striving that I'm doing towards making a full-time and successful career in music, which I'm well on the way to doing that, thanks to many of you all. And I'm looking forward to a lot more. I also picked it because it makes me think about my dad. And I realized that last week I neglected to mention Father's Day and to wish all the fathers and all the men happy Father's Day. And, again, I like to say, just because you don't have kids, like I don't, doesn't mean you don't need a little celebration. And I realize it's reserved for the dads. But anyway, I realized I didn't talk about my dad or Father's Day at all. And it's the first Father's Day, the second Father's Day since he passed. He had just passed last year. And we actually had his memorial service on Father's Day weekend. Anyway, and I wanted to share the vulnerability part. Is I wanted to share something that my dad said to me very, very late in his life. He was in hospice, and he'd kind of been coming in and out of consciousness, and we weren't really sure, how much, that we think of consciousness, how much was still there, and how, any of you who have been with a person as they begin the process of dying, you are probably familiar with this, at least to some extent. Those who haven't, I guess you may not, but so, a person will come kind of in and out of what seems to be consciousness, but it's hard to tell, how much they're aware of, because they kind of sometimes can't interact with you exactly. They're interacting with stuff that they're experiencing. But at any rate, my brother and I were there. I was on my dad's right side, and my brother was on his left. And he had been talking to us earlier, and he kind of rested for a little while, and then he picked his head up and sat up. And he looked back and forth at each of us while he said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to live a better life. And I'm not going to be afraid of everything anymore. And that was just an incredibly profound moment for my brother and myself, because my dad, I don't know his experience or his internal life, but I know that for me, it seemed like, being afraid of things was a major motivator in his life. And for him to say that, gave me the feeling that maybe he achieved some peace that he had never had before in that moment, in those moments, those last moments of his life. And so when I sing this song, when I hear this song, I have to believe that my dad is one of those passengers that got picked up by the train to Jordan, and that he's able now to experience a peace that he wasn't able to when he was in this plane of existence or in this world. And even though sometimes it was weak, his faith was really, really important to him. And I can only assume that part of my persistence and my faith in myself and in the things that I believe in comes from that. So I'd like to sing this one and dedicate it to my dad, Clifton Henry Marston, and to all the dads out there for Father's Day. This is People Get Ready by Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions. People get ready There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. So people get ready for that train to Jordan, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and board 'em. There's hope for all among those love the most. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner, for there's no hiding place from the kingdom's throne. People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear those diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. All right, let me know what you think of that song, what you think of my little version of it. Kind of doing the best I can, enjoying working with my tremolo and my Stratocaster sounds here on my Swiss Army knife guitar. Anyway, are there any other songs that give you consolation and bolster your faith? Are there any other Curtis Mayfield songs that you really like? You know, he was an amazing artist, singer and guitar player. He was a big influence on Jimi Hendrix, and you know, I didn't know until I was researching this song that you know, he died from complications of diabetes, but he had been paralyzed in, I believe it was 1990, when some lighting rigging fell on top of him, and it was just heartbreaking when I read that and wasn't aware of it, you know. Anyway, so yeah, any Father's Day songs or whatever you want to put in the conversation, I really appreciate it. There's some of y'all that comment a lot, and I appreciate y'all, and I don't really care if you do, but if you would, you know, it's like a lot of things. The more you participate, the more fun you're going to have. So go ahead, you know, break the cycle, drop something in there, and let's see what we can do. And when I don't respond as much as I should, you know, get on to me, you know, make fun of me or something, tease me, get me to do what you want me to do and engage with me. Anyway, check out Instagram, Facebook, bobmarson.com for all the different things that are coming up, and make sure to like the post, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Facebook page and the Instagram post. This is getting kind of long. Anyway, you know I love y'all, and I really appreciate getting to come and share this with you. And I'll be seeing y'all soon, either at a show or somewhere here online. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. See y'all next week. Bye.